It's at 30 degrees. Okay, so we'll take this one, still reading 29, and we shall put this in the water as well. Okay. Alright, so that's at 29. 29.7. Okay. So what we have is one in the shade, moon shade, what will be moon shade. We're currently reading 30.2. Okay. And we have one in the moonlight, currently reading 29.8. Now I've just put the water out here, so I'm going to leave this out for a few hours as the moon goes overhead, and hopefully this will provide enough shade but not insulation, and we shall see how we get on. Just after a couple of minutes we already have a very slight difference. Okay, the water shaded from the moon is at exactly 30 degrees centigrade, and the water under the moonlight is now at 29.6 degrees centigrade. This is only after... Okay, just another quick look. This is only about 5 minutes later, but what we seem to have happening is obviously the water temperature is going down. I drew them from the tap just before starting the experiment, so the one in the shade is at 29.8 and the one in the moonlight is 29.3. So kind of what I expected is that the water in the moonlight is getting colder at a quicker rate than the water in the shade. Okay, so that's interesting. Okay, we still have quite a nice moon out tonight, and here is my, let's have a look first at this one. Alright, and so the water in the moonlight is at 28.8 degrees centigrade. Okay, and the water in the shade is at 29.1. Okay, so obviously both cooling down. 28.8, 29.1, but only a fraction of a degree difference at the moment. Okay, the moon is slightly higher now. It's about, I suppose, coming up for an hour, maybe 40 minutes since starting the experiment. So things have just remained as they were. In the shade, the moon shade, we have the this one reading 28.7 degrees. Now it's noticeably cooler out here anyway. And in the moonlight, it's 28.2. So either way, the cup in the moonlight is definitely getting colder quicker. How much more it will go down remains to be seen. Okay, and just thought I'd give this a reading as well. So this is obviously in the moonlight, and it's reading at about 25.6.7 at about 27 degrees centigrade. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, there you go. Yeah, I'm going to see what kind of results we get now by taking this and putting the thermometer into the glass there. Okay, we're getting a reading of 28.2. Don't shake the table. Okay, now let's do the same over here. That's interesting. Daddy? Okay, so immediately we see a difference there. 27.9 in the water in the glass. Okay. Over here it's 28.3. So a bigger difference in the water in the glass. Less water, maybe letting more moonlight in. Okay, 27.9, 28.3 in the shade. Okay, maybe I can actually move these closer together so we can... We're in Phuket. Here's our Phuket beer, alright, which I'm going to celebrate with. Now, here's the setup, okay. We have water that's been shaded for the last couple of hours at least, so the water has had plenty of time to cool down to the proper temperature, and the water on the right has been under the moonlight. So, the water in the shade is reading at 27.5 degrees centigrade, and the water that's been in the moonlight is reading 27.2. Okay. Very slight difference at the moment, but as we saw earlier, the water in the moonlight certainly chilled quicker. Alright, now what I'm going to do is just take these out, give it a little shake, and see what kind of difference we get there. Okay, 26.8. Alright, it's 27.5. So we'll now take this one out, give it a shake, and keeping it in the moon shade. Okay, so in the moon shade out of the water is 27.1 now. In the moonlight out of the water is 26.8. Okay, I'll leave them like that for a while, see if we get a difference. Now I'm going to try putting this in the other one. 26.8, we'll put it in the water here. What about this one in this water? So now we have both in the plastic cups of water. The one on the left is the plastic cup of water in the shade. The one on the right is the plastic cup of water in the moonlight. 27.7, the water in the shade. 27.3, water in the moonlight. Okay, now I'm going to put the one in the moonlight into the water in the glass. Slightly colder. And the one in the shade into the water in the glass. Okay, take it out again, and take this one out again, so you can see this one's in the shade now, this one's in the moonlight.